We got a little hosed on this deal. We're here in Olive Branch, Mississippi tonight. Was delivering in Memphis, went to my delivery, and the shipper, who I hate pulling for, you can probably figure out who that is, rescheduled the load and didn't tell anybody. But they just didn't reschedule it for 3 hours or 6 hours or maybe even the morning. No. They put 2 more days on it. So that's been a fight. So as you can see, this place is pretty packed up. I got here at 10:30, and so that's what ended up happening there. Yeah, I can tell this is going to end poorly. All of these guys parked on the street, they're going to be run off and ticketed here in about 2 hours. So my load, typical fashion of this place, was loaded right at deadline. They basically pissed it off till shift change, and I had just enough time to get it here. Well, it was overloaded, so I had to take it back and waste another 3 hours. Thankfully, we have the split sleeper. I ended up not needing that, but just barely. So we get down here and get set up and do everything I'm supposed to. Get up this morning, go check in, and hey, guess what? None on the list. They got this bar and grill here. I've eaten here before. It's not bad. Well, that was pretty good. So what happened? Well, I don't know, but I do know one thing. There's nobody to get mad at. So what do I mean by that? Well, wasn't dispatch's fault, wasn't my fault, wasn't US Foods' fault. We all did exactly what we were supposed to be doing. It was the shipper's fault. They're the ones that set the appointments, they're the ones that do all this. They're the ones that took all the power away. And they're the ones that have been trying to run everything. Well, when they started doing all that, it got very hard to do business with them. When they started doing all their own, it is tough. And well, now I'm paying the price for it. So the one thing that bothers me is how it happened. They changed the appointment after we'd already taken off with it. I mean, I was loaded out the door like I was supposed to be, with enough time to make it, and we're already down the road, and they changed the appointment and didn't tell anybody. That is not a good thing. They shouldn't have done that. Well, so how do I know that? Well, the bills have the appointment on them, and so does my dispatch. And so yeah, it was that way when I took off with it. It's 7:30 and it's cooled down to a nice 90 degrees. Put this thing in the window, it blocks all the sun out, but I'm worried that it might bake my dash cams. I think one of the things that's been bothering me is I've hauled several loads for this customer this last week, and well, I gotta restart because I was in South Carolina and things just got messed up. There just wasn't any freight, and that was one of their loads I hauled down there. That one was okay. Had a heck of a time getting back out though. So come back out, make it back up, and end up going home and getting a restart. Come back out with another one of their loads, get up, and now I'm going to get a restart. So that's 3 in the last week. And I don't know what's going on, but I do know this, that I know when we start hauling more of this company's freight, I know freight is bad. So let's see where we're at here. I have 9 hours and 17 minutes till cycle reset. Now it's Tuesday, and they rescheduled it for Thursday, 6 a.m. We're gonna try to get this off tomorrow. Now don't get me wrong, I'm getting paid a lot of detention for this. I'm on detention right now. This is ridiculous. We are billing them for everything they're worth. And we're going to get paid for it too. We will get paid. But the part that makes me mad is the amount of work I lost. I'm still going to be probably about $1,200 to $1,300 short. Despite all the detention I'm going to get. And I'm going to get over $1,000. I know that. So we'll have to figure that out. But I mean, you lose 4 days of work, and $1,000 ain't a lot. You lose 1 day of work, and $1,000 makes up for it. I've told you guys before that you really want to make between $750 and $1,000 a day. But if you ain't moving what I'm getting paid, well, make up for it kinda, but I'd still rather be running. So we're gonna have to see what happens tomorrow, see if they'll take it. So I guess we'll catch you tomorrow. So it's the next morning. It's a little early, it's 6 o'clock. But we got a restart. It's pretty muggy out already, but check the reefer. You gotta check the fuel. This thing's been on continuous. So we're probably gonna have to put fuel in today. This half a tank. Check my padlock. I just thought condensation around the edges. So it's 6 o'clock in the morning. With any luck, we should find out if they're going to take me today within 2 hours. If they take me today, it'll be around 10 o'clock, between 10 and noon. It'll be towards the end of the day for sure. But if not, about 2 o'clock, I'm gonna have to put fuel on and then go back over there. And it'll be 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. So we're gonna go see what they got for breakfast. They got something that almost resembles a PJ Fresh. These delis at these J's are just absolutely awful. They got full kitchens because, well, the restaurant used to be here. They all have full kitchens, but they won't do nothing more than something deep fried, I'll tell you that. They can't deep fry it or warm it in a microwave. It's not happening. So we got something that might resemble breakfast. So let's watch this guy back in next to my truck, and hopefully he doesn't hit it. And well, we'll have to go from there. So it's a few hours later, 3.5, and I have talked to dispatch and all that, and they're not going to take me today, so I got to wait till tomorrow. But here in a couple hours, I'm going to go grab me some groceries, and we're going to drive over there because, well, they got overnight parking, and I need to be there in the morning because if I'm not, I might not have a place to park when I come in. It's a little bit of a mess there at 5 in the morning, so you kind of want to be there. So we got half a tank of fuel. I'm going to sit here till about 2 o'clock, maybe another 4 hours. We're going to look at the fuel. Fuel still looks good. We're not going to screw with it because, well, within about 14 hours, hopefully, we should be in a door. 6 a.m. tomorrow. It's 10, so 6, well, what is this, 20 hours? Yeah, 20, something like that. Math, it's a hoot. So, we'll catch you in a bit. Well, we got it topped off, the reefer. Nah, not too bad. I could have lasted through the night, I guess. When you get past half a tank on a lot of these refrigerated units, it seems like they take forever to move. They get to a half a tank and then they drop like a rock. So you gotta be real careful about that. Guess we'll PC back. Save there. And we're golden. We've just got to get out of this parking lot. This place is a mess. Yeah. So get out of this parking lot. Get out of the parking lot, get back to the interstate, and we will catch up with you at the customer. So we made it here. It's like deja vu. I've done this all over, except in the last one I was in that spot right there. So I got my groceries. It's about 1 o'clock right now. I didn't feel like hanging out at the truck stop anymore. I'm not going to be getting out of the truck unless I need to go use the restroom, and I got to walk about a block that way to use it. But hey, it's just the way it goes sometimes. I'm fairly certain they got a restroom out back of that, but they're not letting us use it. These guards are, well, a lot of truck drivers have wrecked it for everybody, but so we'll just have to play the game. Security guards down there, they lock themselves in, and they are actually the closest thing to useless. I know like 2 other things that are completely useless, but the court won't let me talk about them. Yeah. So let's see what happens tonight, and then probably pick you up in the morning. So it is about 8 to 5. We gotta grab our paperwork here. Go up front. Check the reefer, make sure that's still good. It is. I gotta go up there and talk to the security guard who, yeah, Jared. Now we just gotta go get in line. It's about another 5 minutes. There's no point in going up there earlier and standing in line. Yeah, there's no point in it. But you can sure tell we're in Memphis. They got police camera cams at the entrance to these places, and yeah, barbed wire everywhere. You can always tell when the guard's asleep because the light's off. I think it's motion activated. Well, it's 5, so let's walk up here and get this taken care of. See if I can do this without getting my intelligence insulted, but we all know that's not going to happen. So we're checked in. Hopefully, don't have to sit out here too long. I'm on the schedule, so that makes me happy. So need to get the truck fired up and get ready to go in, and hopefully we can get this done up. So I got backed out of the spot and went up to the gate, and that wasn't too bad, except, well, I had to get stuck behind everybody doing the logbook crawl, which is always a good time. This was shortened down to a minute, but this was actually 15 minutes So I got to wait on him. I got to wait on somebody else. So it was just a bunch of waiting, but well, actually made it. So after about 5 minutes of waiting for this guy to figure out what he was doing, we got backed in. This is a tedious, I hate this dock, but hey, whatever. But yeah, so I'm just about done, and well, this guy decides that he wants to park in front of me, so that was a good time, but we got it done. So we are in a door. Got to put the chock block down. That'll work. Got to go turn in the paperwork and then be done with it. So hopefully it won't take too terribly long. So we're all checked in. Paperwork's turned in. I got to use a real bathroom. And I guess now all we get to do is wait. So hopefully we can be finally done with this. Finally. So as I'm waiting, I guess I'll crack my coffee pot out. The amp gauge doesn't like it all that much. Of course, anything with this much heat, you can pretty much figure. Yay. But in the end, we got the coffee made, so now we just gotta wait. We'll just sit here and watch our suspension gauge and watch the red light, and hopefully here within the next hour I should be getting my lumper information, and hopefully we can be on our way out by 8:30, 9 o'clock, because they got 8 o'clock appointments, so we'll find out. So it's been 2 hours. We still got a red light, and there's still stuff on the trailer. Apparently they all went nuts, said I was missing a PO and all of this other stuff, and all went into panic mode, and I had to go in and all this and that, and they had everything right there anyways. Oh yeah, we found it. I was like, oh really? Yeah, good. So, any luck, hopefully here within a half hour or so I can be done with this. This kind of stuff give you a migraine. So, well, it's been 3 hours. They just called and told me my paperwork's ready. So hopefully the trailer's empty, because, well, I've had enough of this. So we got it. Let's get out of here. So let's check the back here. Little dirty. All right. It's a little dirty, but we can clean it out at the where we're going. I've got one of those air blowers. We got the pin pole. Boop. That's a welcome sound. So, I'm finally free. Hooray. Makes you want to sing songs and celebrate. I got here Monday night. It's 10 o'clock. Actually, 7 o'clock Monday. It is 9:35 Thursday morning. What are you doing, you dickhead? Welcome to Memphis. Anyhow, these things are going to happen. I haven't had anything like this happen in a while, but it seems like whenever they do happen, it's always with this one company, which is pretty much why I don't really like hauling their freight. And if I had my druthers, I would never touch a bit of anything they're doing up to now. It's just absolutely horrible. Well, I'll tell you what happened years ago. This pothole was here. This pothole, yeah. This company used to really not be this bad. They'd let us set our own appointments and whatnot, and we could get things done. And then they took all of that away from us. Well, when they took all of that away, it just has gotten progressively worse. And they don't care. I mean, Memphis, ouch. And they've shown how much they don't care over the last several years, because they control such a large market of it. They don't have to care. This is me just summing up. But, ooh, that's a big pothole. It's like this a lot with them. And so, I mean, when you get things like this happen, I got their load on the trailer. I mean, what can I do? All I can do is just charge them, which I did. And charge them a lot, which I did. I didn't charge them as much as I would have liked to. But I'll get the max of what I can get out of them, and it's going to be not quite 2,000, but it's well over 1,000. So, kind of working out the fine points on that. Because, well, this is their screw up, and well, you know, you make the truck sit for 70 hours. Was it? Well, not quite 70, but I'll have to do the math, because you know me and math. Things kind of get, this is the kind of thing that gets guys to quit companies. The thing that makes me mad is most of the time when guys quit companies over things like this, it was never the company's fault. My company had no idea. Not only that, they changed, like I said, they changed the appointment time in midstream. We'd already picked up the load. They did us dirty, and then they ghosted us. We couldn't get an appointment change. We couldn't. Everything's done by email. They won't even talk to you. So what do? Well, there's not much you can do except stick it to them. And if you can stick it to them, I highly recommend it, because, well, like I said, it's not the company, it's not the receiver, it's the shipper. And with this company in particular. So, like I said, you just got to stick it to them, because, well, that's all you can do. But we're empty, we're rolling, and hopefully this is it for a while. So I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next video.